Speakers. Mr. Barbieri.
Mr. Shaw, in light of the number of speakers that we have for agenda items, what I'd like to do first of all is make a motion to reorder the agenda to move the item with respect to the referendum to the last business and item in new business, to make sure that we can take care of the other items that we have staff members waiting to address. That's my first motion, and if I can make it a two-part motion, my other part of the motion would be that we call on agenda speakers to speak when we get to the particular agenda item, so that we don't lose sight of what they say by the time we listen to them and then get an hour later to the agenda item. So I make the motion that we reorder the agenda and we move agenda speakers to speak at the time that the board is ready to cover the agenda item.
We have a motion by Mr. Barbieri, second by Mrs. Brill. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Ms. Whitfield, if you're going to vote against an item or something, please make sure you let us know that you want to get involved in that conversation.
Thank you very much.
All right. So the motion carries 7-0. So we will move then into agenda item speakers for any that were not here to speak on the referendum. And I believe there were only two on the list from what I can tell. One of them was a gentleman by the name of Clint Duvo, and he had listed SLAM, the charter school. Right now, if you were going to speak on that one, if it was pulled, that is not an item that was pulled. So if I'm right on that one, then we will just defer that one. And then Don Pearson had a motion to, or a request to speak on a personnel item.
Thank you. What I'd like to do, since I'm up for two, and I know it's a 3-minute time for this thing, I would like to just take my time for the other one. I appreciate that.
Right. Because we just made a motion that if it's on the referendum, it needs to be done at that time, so you can speak on the personnel item.
Okay. Well, okay. Don Pearson, speaking as an individual, Palm Beach Central High School, and a CTA member, but I'm speaking as an individual, and I've talked individually with a lot of the members of the board, and what I see happening is very it's enlightening, and it makes me proud to be part of this situation, because my point's always been when you blanket fire or separation of employment 140 people without seeing them or seeing their faces, that does affect people in a negative way, and it filters all the way down to our students. But when my name was on here, I talked to a couple officials from the school district, and the direction they're going, and really trying to make sure that there's a check and balance on these individuals. I'm really pleased with that. So today's been a good day with speaking to individuals, so I just want to commend you for that. I just feel that some teachers, when they get non-reappointed, they don't show up here because they're embarrassed, and that's why they don't show up, and some of them don't deserve what they get. I'm not saying we don't need to redirect people, but I am saying, as a teacher, if a student's having trouble, it's my job to try to get them on the right track, and I would like to see us try to get those teachers, whomever they are, on the right track, instead of a blanket recommendation to approve these 140 teachers gone. So that's really what my issue is. And if I can steal a thing from a country singer, and basically to what we are saying, there's a line that he has that says, "Love is more precious than gold. It can't be bought. It can't be sold. I have love to spare, and that makes me a millionaire." If we do that with our teachers, this whole thing it'll be exactly what the mission statement is. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I believe those are the only speaker that we had that was on an agenda item that was not included. So at this time, we'll move to the consent agendas. Anybody want to